Hello. Sorry, let me get chat up. No idea what I'm doing. I gotta redo this all. Slowly getting things back together. One moment. Oh my shit. Ugh. Oh, I'm showing Discord. I didn't mean to do that. I had to reboot the computer. Cause things are weird. Let's see. Are people gonna come back? Let's copy the chat URL here so we actually have the right one. Alright, sorry everything got nuked there for a minute, but we are coming back. I'm gonna get Blender open again. I don't know if this is I ran out of memory, maybe? Because now I have, like, no memory because so maybe we can't do Blender and C-Line open at the same time? Maybe that's a problem? I'm not quite sure. People will have to, bear with me for a minute. Hey, we're back! We are so back. You should look in the Killer entries in D-Message. Yeah, I tried to do, I tried to do the Control-Alt F2 thing, but it didn't work. I wasn't able to get back. Yeah, so this is one thing that, like, I'm a little annoyed by, in Arch, and I guess you can probably set it up properly, but, in Windows, you generally don't hard reset when you run out of memory. Maybe I need to change stuff because I removed this stick, because this wasn't happening, this kind of crash wasn't happening when I had the corrupted memory. But, like, because now I only have 16 gigs, yeah, it doesn't always work immediately. It takes crashing in Linux sucks more than on Windows. Yeah. So is there a way to set it up so that it's sorry, I'm just pasting the new link in a couple places. One moment. Yeah, like, is there a way to set it up so that I don't have to, like, that it's like Windows, you know? That, like, I don't just, I don't just crash when I, like, my computer doesn't get taken out when I crash or run out of memory? Like, I thought that was why we had swap. But anyway, we persevere. Let's get to some modeling. I was going to look into Killer thinking for a threshold or particular process name so that Killer knows what it can kill before killing something else. Yeah. Like, what is it killing? Anyway, I guess I should make it so that it doesn't kill OBS. Because that's catastrophic. I definitely do not want it to kill OBS. Okay. Let's open our base mesh. We're making a new pirate. I call it placeholder pirate. Here we go. Okay. What's going on here? Oh, cool. He's already rigged and everything. It is based on Yusuf, or an old version of Yusuf, as you can see. But, we are gonna save this guy as... Connor. So you guys might also recognize that this is the dude in the cage. It goes, okay, probably OBS should be minus 900 or something. It goes from negative 1,000 to 1,000. Okay, cool. So, let me just hide this guy, because I just, and I'm gonna, right now I'm gonna turn off the armature so we can just go modeling. Let's hide these eyes and eyelashes for a minute as well. Alright. There's some weird things going on here. I think that is because of split normals or some shit like that. Where is that? Geometry data? There we go. That fixed that. Okay, cool. So, let's get some visual references. You know, a 17th century chef's hat. Let's just get my Google tab here. So 17th century chef's outfit. Oh, we could give him one of these kind of... Because, like, everybody previous to this has been very, like, sort of, pirate-coded and, like, also, Southern European-looking, shall I say. Whereas I feel like you could have a couple Northern-ish European people, especially with a name like Connor. Let's see, what... I like this guy. Not really a chef thing, but just more of a common, wait, I wanted to look at the image. Yeah. Can I just bring it right into Blender? No, I can't. No, I can't do that. I have to save it first? Cool. What else do I need? But I think I definitely want buttons down the middle. I think that would be good. What's this? South African. French cuisine. Okay, I don't have good... That's 1702. That's a bit late. I like this guy's KnightsTemplar.co. Is this a site run by the Knights Templar? Let's wait. There's something about this image that looks sus. I don't like this. Like, did they have chef's hat? Let me look at the chef's hat. Is there a history of the chef's hat? 16th century. Okay, good. It's a toque. I mean, yeah. This is not what I would call a toque. As you can see, there's this little passage here at the top about let me just zoom that in. Known in a certain country where I live as this thing. This is what I call a toque. But no. Anyway. What was I saying? Looking at the toque. Chef's uniform. The toque is a chef's hat. The toque is a chef's hat that dates back to the 16th century. Different heights may have indicated a different rank. Okay. Is there a... Is this a reliable source? Where did the chef's hat come from? Number of folds signifies chef's expertise. I didn't know that. Interesting. Who made this? Okay. New York Times Magazine, I will take you as a reliable source, although I no longer subscribe to you, so that's a problem. Anyway, so we can sort of have a chef's hat. Okay, cool. One moment. Alright, so, why don't we start with the hat in that case, then? That could be fun. So, okay, we're in object mode. Good, because we're going to need a different, guy does have a fun hat, but anyway. I'm going to look at this guy's hat. Can I copy image? Can that be done? No, I can't. I have to save it. Oh, that's Philip. That's Philip of Spain. He's a king. So maybe that's not an accurate hat, because that would be too nice. Yeah, as you can see, it's giving me all the results. Canada. Toque, 17th century. Oh, I have seen people wear these on... So maybe it's kind of like a folded over thing? What's this? What do we got here? Oh, it's... You can buy this. Yeah, it's got like that kind of folded over thing. I feel like I've seen... So I have to decide, do I want like the tall one, or do I want like the thing with the, this, like more like the chef's hat. That's 1921. That's way too late. Sorry. Let me just look at some more pictures. I actually really like this guy, so I'm gonna go with this. Even though, like, that might not be... He's a cook on a pirate ship. He might not be wearing a chef's hat. So I'm gonna open this. Save the... Save image. And then copy that guy. Ooh. Okay, kind of annoying that I won't be able to mirror this, but whatever. Okay, so add. Start with a cube. Always good to start with a cube. Yeah, even though his head is round, it's fine to do cubes because I'm gonna tweak it a bit. All right. One moment. Just need to rearrange something real quick. There we go. Cool. Okay, so I'm just gonna subdivide this way first, and then subdivide it this way first. We will tweak the topology in a bit, but let's just... because this is sort of a fabric thing, the symmetry doesn't matter super much, so we're not gonna bother with a mirror. Wait, what? I didn't mean to do that. All right, that's looking good. Let's go back to the front here. It's kind of, yeah. This is going to be interesting to model because it's sort of fabric-y. But I'm just going to start with the bottom part here because that's straightforward. So we're going to have one loop around here as well. All right, come on. Getting in there. All right, let's see what the how our cap is doing. We definitely need more subdivisions. More subdivisions. And we will also shade the smooth in a little bit, I'm sure. And let's also add one here and one here. Pulling that out. Sorry, I gotta probably be talking more while I'm doing this. It's just very easy to sort of get into the zone here. But I'm gonna start pulling out the folded over bit here. But first of all, I want to get into normal here so that I can kind of finesse these little bits a little bit more. But basically, this is the gist of it. Actually, this I'm actually going to leave pulled out a little bit further than on this side, because you're going to see in a second. This is going to go basically right up against his head. This guy, I'm gonna select everything here. Then I'm gonna pull it out, and we're gonna start folding it over. We're going to need to do some stuff up there as well to make it look a little bit more cohesive, but actually I think maybe we can just pull these through, and now Okay, it's a good start, but it does need a little bit of finessing. So let's go back to here. See this guy? That's kind of what we want. So now we just need some loops and stuff here to give it a little bit more to work with. And obviously we need some thickness on here. Put it this way. Pull that guy out. This goes too high, so we need to pull these guys down. But you can see it's starting to be the cap that we want. So just to keep the shape smooth, I'm gonna pull that guy a little bit. Let's see. I feel like it should be wider this way. Don't want that one selected, just these three. There we go, that's better. And now we can start smoothing it out a little bit. Actually, it's kind of good actually. It's kind of like the image that we wanted to see, like this guy. Although I feel like it goes wider at the top here. So we can start pulling this edge outward. Because I think we want a little bit more of a... Oh god, one more subdivision here. But we need to make this crease a little bit more creased, if you know what I mean. I'm probably gonna have to retopologize this at some point, because we're getting some unnecessary geometry that we can clean up, but it's just easy to work with this way. So actually, what happens if we go full subdivision surface? We need to take this edge around here and make it sharp. But it's starting to look like a fabric, I think. Because we're going to bake this down for sure. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually pull out a... We can actually pull it out a bit. Then I just need to figure out what to do with this. Actually, no, it can't be that bad. Just, yeah, there we go. That'll clean it up. And now we have more of an edge to work with. Cool. Now I'm just going to round this guy off on the bottom here, because it did change the shape of that. We want it to be more or less round here. So... pull that in a little bit further. this guy I want to pull out that way a little bit. And I want to pull this guy down, I think. Because it's sort of flopping over. And then just round this guy off. Give it another one of these just to smooth it out. These guys I can pull out a little bit, just so that it's not intersecting. Also, I can tweak his face, because right now he's basically got Yusuf's face, or at least an old version of it. But I'm going to switch to this vertex slide so that we get a little bit of a... We can do things like that. Just gives us a little bit of a nicer way of controlling these vertices. So we can even them out a little bit. Sort of release the tension in parts of the mesh and increase it in others. We can pull that out and up. Pull that out. Pull that up and out. Cool. A little bit up. A little bit out. So actually, I'm gonna get rid of this this guy around here, because this doesn't look right to me. Because I want to set the crease to actually 0. Come on. 0. Oh, my numlock isn't on. Alright. Set crease to 0. And then instead, I'm going to add another loop. This way, when I scale it out, you can see that it makes a rounder thing at the edge, which is more like a hat would. And feel like there's also like a rim here that's kind of folded up. So if I go around here, let's vertically move that a little bit. And then here we will actually use a crease. And now, isn't that cool? Doesn't he have a nice little hat? So it's kind of what I would call a toque. They did have both of these kinds of hats back then, I think. This little bump is looking a little weird though. It's because the topology is a little funky here. It's not continuous. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna delete these faces. Then I'm gonna form temporarily, of course, these triangles here. Actually, maybe permanently, we'll see. And then we can do that. And that. Yeah, these triangles are a bit messy, so I'm gonna turn off sub D for a second here. And then I'm gonna see if we can deal with these triangles. We can. We can simply cut this way. And then we'll deal with the stuff underneath later, but now if we turn subdivision back there, that line starts to smooth out. And so now we can do the same thing here. You see if we do cut, and then we remove this edge here, it's going to release this tension. So it's a smooth line. Then we take this, just so that it's a smooth transition. So there we go. Now that curve looks way more reasonable, I think. Also, we need to add all the way down here. Let's hide the face for a second. See, you can tell it's Yusuf. It even says it's his mesh. If we now do that, there we go. It's all quads. All quads once again. And then we just pull these in a little bit so that it stays to be quads. And then even these out. And I'm actually going to take all these guys and these guys are not really doing anything, so I'm just going to delete these faces. And then actually I could go around, take the edge loop, and I'm gonna push it up. Let's see what that looks like. And then let's, hey, there we go, that's nice. Pretty good hat, if I don't say so myself. Yeah. So now I guess we should work on his face a little bit. I don't really know what I want it to look like. I need to probably not as big of a square jaw as Yusuf, who has the, like, Giga Chad, phrenology, if it will. So I'm gonna take the chin and move it in a little bit to be more he looks like a whole different person now. Also I need to adjust these guys so it's better. But we can start seeing a more reasonable looking chin. I mean, not that Yusuf is unreasonable, it's just, you know, he was supposed to have a big chin. That was his vibe. The cook, Connor, is a little bit of a less rugged individual, shall we say. This got some weird topology. We should probably clean up at some point. I actually think the actual Yusuf mesh is nicer than this. But, also, let's look at his... Something's not quite right. Well, his nose should probably be different. Like this guy's got quite the schnoz on him. It sticks out pretty far. So I think what I'm gonna pull this out, and I'm gonna pull the nose, the front of the nose in. And also up. Yeah. Make it a little bit wider too, maybe? Nope, that's not the right direction. Obviously, there's going to be a lot more work when we get to the high poly part of this phase, but I don't know if I like this triangle situation happening here. I think I can just, yeah, remove that one. Can I remove that? It is still a quad, but it might be a little bit low in terms of detail now. Yeah, I'm gonna have to mess with this one, but probably too curved there. Let me get that. Is that better? And also, his cheekbones probably a little, like, I want him to have a rounder face, if you know what I mean, basically, like a little bit more jolly. So do I want them to come? I think I might just want to take the slide tool here and then relax some of the tension, if you know what I mean. Just give it less of a curve there. Then also pull that down so his, like, he's got less ridges right underneath his eye, if you kind of see what I mean. All right. Let's fix that guy here. Let's see what that looks like with sub D. Add modifier. Subdivision surface. Okay, he's probably too rounded here, but also feel like eyes. We can probably just tweak the eye shape a bit. This guy can have them be a little bit bigger. This is something I will have to probably tweak constantly because characters... It's very difficult, in my opinion, to get a character design that you're satisfied with. It often takes constant tweaking. It's because, like, when you make, like, a rock or a plant or something like that, it's like, you know... I feel like people don't look that carefully at rocks and plants and stuff like that. So it's like, it's easy to ignore the flaws with it. However, with like a human face, like, hopefully you see a lot of human faces. So it's kind of weird if like any sort of like detail is like very noticeable because we spend a lot of time looking at faces, right? That's how you tell people apart from one another. But, like, if you looked at, like, you know, a crab, you probably don't know the unique aspects of what makes one crab look different from another crab. So you can sort of get away with a lot more. Like, I think already with that, Connor looks less like Yusuf. Sorry, that's in ortho mode. Also change the mouth a little bit, probably. Make it more open by default, I think. Also, I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna bevel this edge so that I can get a little bit of shape in a gap in here, and then I'm gonna pull that in. So now we have a gap in the mouth. We have an extra face here that we don't need, so I will delete that face. And then I will take this guy and set it to 0. But, sorry, let me look at the topology here. Yeah, we got this triangle in here I don't really like. Can we make that quads? Yeah, I guess we can. We can literally just do that. And then we can get that further in so that it disappears into nothing, basically. And now, let's go back here. Now if we turn that back on. Alright. He's a little bit expressionless, so I think I'm going to... Hopefully this will do what I want to do. And then... Okay, now... His nose isn't defined enough, so I'm going to take that, pull that in a little bit more. Nope, I'm going to do global here. Yeah. Better, I think. A little bit. Yeah, I think we might have gone too far on sort of removing all the but I think I can just, yeah, add a little bit more tension in there. That should. Just want to make it more defined. So one way you can do that is with another edge loop, which I think is what we need under the nose. And we got to make that join up with something. I guess we can, here's what we can do. We can do boom, boom, boom. Get rid of that triangle. Then take that, join that up there. It's a little odd, but I think we can make it work. But anyway, now we have a little bit more geometry to maneuver with. We can pull that in. Anyway, oh shit, it's 4 o'clock. Yeah, we had some issues today, as you can imagine. But we recovered. We recovered, hopefully. A lot of you came back. A lot of you came back for the second half of the stream, with the different link. But, it's alright. It's okay. We got a little bit of work done on a new character. He's starting to have a look. He's starting to have a look. But yeah, I want to thank everybody for tuning in, and do not forget to like and subscribe, and, you know, join the Discord, link below. You wanna check out the game, and don't forget to wishlist on Steam, and thanks for tuning in, and I'll see y'all next week. Goodbye!